Hello, my name's Les Landry, and I'm the founder of a program called People Fighting Poverty. However, I don't want to talk about that today. What I want to talk about is Bill C-7 and the expansion of MAID, or government-assisted suicide, to include people with disabilities. Um, I can understand people with physical pain that has no hope of eliminating that pain, and I can understand that, and I feel for them, and maybe that's the intention of this bill. However, my concern is uh, mental impairment, mental illness, and and in many cases there is a cure, there is a solution to it. So there's been a lot of talk about the person with the disability, whether or not we should expand it to them. I like to talk about what do we do with the survivors of the suicide. And I don't mean the person that is willing or considering taking their life. I'm talking about the family of the suicide. What do we tell the 12-year-old daughter, the 12-year-old girl, that her brother decided death over life because the quality of life for that person was not worth living? What do we tell the mother that their daughter decided death over quality of life because her life wasn't worth living? Can you imagine the guilt of the mother or the father or the parents or the grandparents, or feel that they let their child down, that they failed? But there's been no discussion about that. There's been no discussion of the survivors of suicide. What do we tell the child where there's death, the father, and the guilt they carry? Did my father take his life because of something I did? Am I a failure? And like that's an expansion of the discussion we need to talk about. So it's not just the person with the disability that everybody's talking about. It's the survivors of the suicide. And unless somebody has gone through that process, gone through the emotional turmoil of watching a loved one take their own lives, they have no business voting on such. They have no business voting on Bill C-7. It is that simple. And let's hit the brake pedal here. Let's slow it down, and let's not do this in haste. We have a responsibility to all Canadians, not just the ones that we are focusing on, that maybe some people in power feel that life is not worth living. Don't the people in power have a responsibility to try and improve the life of people with disabilities so that their life is worth living? And let's do that. Just because it's a little bit harder, the rubber stamping of death for people that the people in power feel that it's not worth living. Please, let's hit the brake pedal, or at least put it in neutral, and take another look at what we're doing here. This is Canada, and I wonder just how low are we going to go before we recognize the value of life, because we are going in the wrong direction. Thank you.